guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm so sorry I've not been on for ages. I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas and a great start to a new year. However, it is lockdown for us in the UK, the third one, and we're in a really strict tier of 4. So apart from general exercise, essential shopping, everything's closed. Homeschooling. I'm just on my way to the primary school now to pick up a textbook because I can't download an ebook for my 6-year-old, which is a complete nightmare. They give you like an hour slot to do the work, which is great, but I've now got to get the book, go home, sit with him and be back online in like half an hour. So it's quite stressful. I'm trying not to get too stressed with homeschooling. It's going okay, but little things like this are just so annoying because I really thought an ebook would have been a great answer to this problem. Anyway, I started AF. I was a few days later than expected. I think that was because all the, Christmas was busy. Had symptoms, which on the 23rd, my painful symptoms and my painful nipples, I now think was ovulation. I might have to stop this video, just grab the book and then I'll get back online. I think I ovulated lately and later, and those paper strips are a bit naff. I'm just going to put you on mute and I'll be back in 2 seconds. Right, got the book. Okay, so yeah, as you know, I was monitoring my ovulation through how I felt and CM. I didn't particularly have ovulation pain, if you remember, at Christmas. I just sort of had lots of CM and felt, a little twingy, so I went with that and I did a paper strip and it was near on damn it the same colour as the control line on day 11, so we made sure we did the day 11, tested day 12 and it was quite a dark strip, so I just took it that day 11, day 12 LH surge was detected, so we baby danced like day 9, 10, 11, 12, didn't do 13, but I thought, well, I reckon the seed will be there. But I reckon now those paper strips probably aren't as great. I think probably I did ovulate later because I had such excruciating ovulation pain on the 23rd of December, where it was really painful again this month. I do get it sometimes really bad, sometimes I get away with it. Anyway, and I had sore boobs. Do you remember me doing that recording on the 21st of December saying, I've had sore boobs for 3 or 4 days, maybe that's a great sign, and I thought it was a DPO sign, like days past ovulation sign, and I was pregnant. But looking back now, I think that was my ovulation pain. I reckon I had all the sore nipples, CM, which was loads in abundance, from the 19th to the 23rd, loads of CM, sore nipples, and I thought it was probably early pregnancy symptoms because I thought I ovulated 11th or 12th of December. But I think those paper strips sent me a little bit doolally, to be honest. Don't reckon they gave me an accurate reading. They are only pound shop, get 5 for £1. But I'd been using those now for about 8 months because I did use the advanced digital and I felt they were really expensive and just keeping me on the edge of my seat really, because I was getting a flashing face, anything from 3 days to 11 days. And that's your estrogen surge detected. Then it'd give you your LH surge, which is your peak. And then that could be anything from as soon as you got your peak, that's your fertile, go for it. But that was really stressful. So I thought, I'm fed up with this. I'm going back to OPKing and just doing when I get ovulation pain and CM. But I think with me, I reckon it is timing because I've had 2 miscarriages. So I know the egg and the seed's there. Yes, it's 15 years ago since I had my last baby, but I'm perfectly healthy, plant-based diet mainly. Aaron's on fertile vitamins too. We've been really, really good, cut it out caffeine, and anyway, what I've been doing, the drill if you've been following me. So I think I ovulated later and all my symptoms were ovulation, not pregnancy. Anyhow, was due on my period Boxing Day. It didn't come Boxing Day, it came about 4 days later. I tested from Christmas Eve right the way through just in case, because I didn't want to drink over Christmas and then find out I was pregnant. So I was testing every day. Didn't film it because I thought, well, I can't be bothered, to be honest. I wasn't in that plan, that headspace. I will say today would be the day that the baby was due that I was going to miscarry, because I would be due on the 13th of January. So it's not an amazing day for emotions for me at the moment. But anyway, so I came on my period. I think it was day 35, day 36 of my cycle, but to be honest, it was all relevant because I think I ovulated late, therefore it would have all been exactly how it should be on DPO. Which brings me on to the next thing. I've bought an ovulation monitor. Now Kate, my friend, recommends this. She lost a tube during a really horrific miscarriage she had. Saying it was a miscarriage, it was quite a late miscarriage, so she had to have a C-section and a tube removed. She's since gone on to have a beautiful baby girl, but she recommended the fertility CLEARBLUE Monitor, but they're like 100 quid. I got one for 119 off Amazon. It came last week. I bought fertility monitor sticks. My goodness, it's a different experience so far. You start on the first day of period logging it all in, all your details, then it tells you when to test. I've been testing since day 6 and I'm day 8 today, but they counted day 1 of my cycle as the next day because I came on at like 3 o'clock, so they counted the next day as cycle day 1. So perhaps I've been even miscalculating that, because as long as I started before 6 in the evening, I've been counting that as day 1. So there's been lots of things that I've been sort of analysing a bit more thoroughly to hopefully get my BFP. I'm back home now, so I'm going to record a bit more after I've done this homeschooling. See you later. Hi guys, so just a tag on from what I was saying yesterday. Now, it's been really awkward for me to film. I'm currently at home homeschooling, as you know, from the previous vid. So it's really hard for me just to even get 20 minutes to do a vlog. But as I was saying, and I was meant to say it was 15 years ago that I had my first baby, so 4 years ago that I had my last. So yeah, we've been trying, obviously, as you know, for 2 years with lots of things going on. I've had a mole removed, I've had low iron, a mid-cycle bleed, which was because of the low iron. When I had the mole removed, it was 2 intensive operations where I needed anaesthetic, so we sort of gave the baby dancing a miss. There's been quite a lot of things going on, and then when I've fallen, I think that my progesterone's low, so I've got that all ready for when I get my BFP. But anyway, I've been using this. So this is the CLEARBLUE Monitor, so you need the fertility sticks that coincide with that. They are expensive, but the brilliant thing is I'm on day 10 today, and I finally tested yesterday high. So basically it logs all your information. I put in that I started my period at 3 o'clock and it automatically put me as day 1 the next day. So although I thought I was day 11, say today, I'm only day 10. So I've had 3 lows, 2 highs, and now I'm waiting to get my peak. Now Aaron and I baby danced, not last night, the night before, which was a high, just because I thought, well, we haven't done it for quite a while because we just gave it a miss. We sort of had Christmas, I wasn't pregnant, I was feeling a bit downbeat, and we just gave it a rest because we went so full on for that fertile fortnight. So we're just going to do it as and when. But my friend said, look, literally, she said, my husband and I, we baby danced once on peak and fell. I've had 2 other people that's used them saying they did once on a high and once on a peak and fell. It's really good results. It's like an 89% effective positive rate as long as your periods are regular, you ovulate regular, and your periods are 21 days to 42 days. Well, yes, I've had late cycles. I'm usually 28, 29 days, but when I've had that miscarriage and the chemical, my period cycles have gone longer, obviously. They do, and your body takes anything from 2 months to 6 months to get back to normal. Well, in my first miscarriage, I went 34 days. Second miscarriage, I think I went 36 days. And then the chemical that I've had, 36 days. Well, I had the chemical, then came on 29 days later, then I had a 37-day cycle. So it's all been a bit sporadic since the chemical and the 2 miscarriages. The only other time I've had a long cycle is when I gave up breastfeeding, and that was, we started trying in September and I was breastfeeding until that November. So that's all normal. I know that is because I've spoken to just not my GP. I've looked it up online, and I also spoke to a gynecologist about it, and she said breastfeeding, miscarriages, chemicals all can cause later cycles. That's perfectly normal. It's when you're having cycles that aren't regular, or say like you go from like a 4-day, 5-day bleed
to 10 days bleeding and it's clotty and heavy and painful, then you don't have a period for like 2 or 3 months, then you're on. Things like that may say that you've got PCOS, or it might say that you're premenstrual, or it might say that you're premenopausal. There might be other things, do you know what I mean? So you need to get that looked into. I do feel hot sometimes at night, but not night sweats. It's literally, I feel clammy before I ovulate and clammy when I'm having just before my period. I don't wake up with wringing wet clothes, needing windows open and fanning and, you know, cold packs on my head. Literally, I get a bit clammy and hot before I ovulate and just before I come on a period. I don't have irregular cycles. I always have ovulation pain of some sort or CM, and I do obviously have my period, so I don't feel premenopausal. I don't think there's any underlying issues. I seriously think this will be the key, because I think I'm getting the timings all wrong. Those paper strips were telling me positive results when probably I was a good 2 or 3 days away from ovulation, I think. And this time round, I think I ovulated on day 20, the 23rd of December, when I had all that ovulation pain that kept me awake. And I reckon the 3 or 4 days leading up to that with the painful nipples and CM was ovulation. They do say when you're coming on your period and ovulation is so similar, the symptoms are so similar. So it's really hard to know whether you're pregnant, ovulating or coming on your period. That's why it can be just something really simple like timing you've got to tweak. Sometimes it could be diet, but I know that's all in check for me. I'm cutting out caffeine, alcohol, all of that. Saying that, I did have a few drinks over Christmas because I wasn't pregnant. So anyway, I'm going to let you know how I get on with this monitor. As I say, I'm cycle day 10, feeling really upbeat and positive, and I've got a high on that so far. Baby danced once, probably get 1 or 2 in, but when I hit peak, that is when we're going to go for it. But I'm okay, I'm doing really well, and I will give you a better information update soon. It's just really tricky at the moment with homeschooling, but I appreciate all your ongoing support and messages. Follow me on Instagram, IngieMumLove. Continue to subscribe and like. And I'm sorry it's a shitty short video, but literally I can't do no more at the moment. Please get in touch if you want to message me, and love to you all. Bye.